Hey, you got my text.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for ordering, man. I'm sorry I'm late. That's not like me.
Well,
So, what's going on with you?
what's going on with me? What's going on with you?
Okay, yeah, that's right. Since the last time we met, I died. We'll get to that for sure, but a couple things that are exciting. One, I saw this thing. They were like gardeners, right? And there's this garbage can you tilt, and the garbage can has one side that is like a dustpan.
Okay.
You do yard stuff?
No, not really.
Do you have someone do your yard?
I live in an apartment complex. I don't have a
All
yard.
right, I forgot how you live. This other one might not work for you either. Do you have a dishwasher?
No.
Wow. You really live close to like a primitive creature. But anyway, so this is something to know. You're ruining the environment. Because when you wash dishes,
Yeah.
it's counterintuitive. You use more water.
Yeah.
But for me, for those of us who have nice things.
I wash mine fast.
Okay. Anyway, so on to my death.
Yes.
First of all, I like to clear this up.
Okay.
How do you think I died? What happened?
Well, I wouldn't say that you died. I didn't.
Oh, I did. That's called, it's called being clinically dead because my heart wasn't beating, my lungs weren't working. So there's the first thing for you.
Right.
I did for sure die. Now, what do you
Okay.
think I died from? Because I've had to clear up this misconception.
A
with
heart
bunch of-
attack.
No, incorrect.
Interesting.
Don't think you're dumb. Everybody does this. It was cardiac arrest. Completely different than a heart attack. Cardiac arrest, I had cardiac arrest downstream of ventricular fibrillation. Fibrillation means should be beating. Instead, it's just vibrating and shaking, not moving blood.
Yeah.
So that's the difference with a heart attack. You usually have a blockage,
Yeah.
and then you get ischemia. You get a lack of oxygen, heart cramps up, painful. This doesn't have to necessarily be painful. So now that at least we know what we're talking about,
Okay.
questions.
Yeah.
Or not, or I can tell
Yeah.
you stuff without questions.
No, I have questions.
Okay.
How have you been? I got the news that you were having your cardiac arrest, not a heart attack. Although
Right.
heart attack was the words that were told to me.
No, well, not by my wife. Katie sent out, I know she did not tell anybody I had a heart attack.
It doesn't really matter, right? Heart
Well, I'm
attack.
just saying
cardiac-
that's on you. But who cares? It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Somebody messed it up. Cardiac arrest, go.
So I knew that you were in bad shape.
I died. Just go ahead. However you want to.
I don't feel comfortable saying that.
If the adjective makes you more comfortable, I was clinically dead.
That makes it worse. I'd rather say you were just dead than
All right, so
clinically
anyway,
dead.
go ahead.
Okay, since you were dead, I got no information until this morning. You were like, let's meet for food.
Yeah, because I'm doing good. Everything cleared up. There's a lot of things that haven't
You
been.
look great.
I know. It's now 6 weeks, but before, if you had met me, that was when it was kind of incredible. Apparently, like I had a guy. This guy was telling me what happened, and I'm real tentative because I'm like, surely not. I said, so did I like die? And
Yeah.
the guy goes, it's a miracle. I'm like, whoa, you
Miracle,
know.
he used that word.
He did. He said a miracle. Yeah.
Can I ask you a follow-up question about the garbage things you were saying?
Oh yeah.
Why did
That's
you
great,
want,
right?
I don't even. Why did
Isn't
you
that
want?
something? Because it's always been such a pain in the ass to me. You got to bring an extra implement, and it's when they hang up, it's fine. You can usually most of those now they
I didn't want to get back into it. I didn't want to reopen it. I just was
Oh,
curious.
I don't mind. I'm excited about it.
That's not what I wanted.
This cardiac thing's been hanging around for like 6 weeks.
The
So
dead thing is more interesting to me than the garbage can thing. The only thing I'm interested about the garbage can thing is why you think I would be interested in that.
well,
or-
I
or
forgot that
anybody.
you don't have the same things I have. So I think for a landowner, you wouldn't be able to vote in colonial America.
I like living in an apartment building. Simple.
Okay, you made a lot of noise just about, I don't know, a minute ago saying you were more interested in the cardiac arrest. It seems like, if I make you defensive, it's okay if you don't care about the thing that happened to me. We can just eat.
I do care about it.
Okay.
Okay, so you're really feeling okay? Do you
Yeah.
have any memory of it happening?
I don't. That's
No memory of it happening.
No, that's a whole bizarre thing to this. So
So you just were because you went to the hospital.
I did. I went to the hospital.
'Cause you had
I went to the hospital 2 weeks before that crazy heartbeat.
Right.
They kept me there for 4 days.
Yeah.
They needed to do 2 tests. They needed to do an MRI of my heart, and they needed to do an angiogram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they put a tube through
Yeah.
a vein and looked at my heart. Nothing wrong with my heart, physically. The way the cardiologist puts it, there are plumbers. He's a plumber.
Okay.
And then there are electrical guys. That's an electrophysiologist.
Okay.
Never saw an electrophysiologist. Was supposed to make an appointment with one, look into an ablation. So I go home, and it was a bummer, waste of time, that first visit.
Because the
I'm
plumbing
walking-
was good.
Plumbing, well, no, that's not what made it a waste of time.
I
It's I was just waiting. I had no more symptoms.
Okay.
They put me in. I could never show off my crazy
Oh
heart.
yeah, it's like when you bring a car to the garage and it doesn't make the noise. Yeah.
It was like it got shy or it got performance
Then you went back a
anxiety.
second time and you had your not heart attack, but whatever you said.
Did you not take that? It's not a big, it's just 2 things. You probably know
Because
them
they
both.
mean the same to me.
They do not. That's huge. The heart attack, we just talked about plumbers and
They almost
electricians.
sound the same. Cardiac arrest sounds like heart attack. Heart stop.
No. It doesn't stop. You would keep on, the whole thing, please don't ever, if you have a pulse for a guy that just clutched his chest,
Yeah.
please don't shock him. Please don't start pounding on his chest, and please don't squeeze a bag into his lungs.
I wouldn't do any
'Cause
of this, anything.
Well, if it was me and you didn't do those things, you would have killed me. So maybe take a class, but take a CPR class. But the heart attack is so different. You wouldn't do anything that you do for a guy who has cardiac arrest to a guy who had a heart attack, unless his heart attack led to cardiac arrest. So you would have killed me most likely either way, because 1, you don't know the difference, and 2, you never took the class.
Okay, well, I don't have the expertise, so nobody would be expecting me to be able to save you in that
No,
situation.
it's the way that works. That's why they have them.
Have
just
you taken a
hanging out.
CPR class?
I did, because I was going to be a personal trainer. My son also took it. It's something you should do if you care about other humans. Most people haven't, and of course I'm biased because it's going to save my life potentially. Although not anymore. Next thing you need to know. Here, tap this. Tap right here.
Wow.
That is an ICD. An ICD is an implantable cardiometer defibrillator. It can both pace your heart, pacemaker,
Right.
but it also will shock your heart. Apparently that feels like
It's like
that stuff, except I don't think anybody does this anymore. They just put things on you. I know, it's
You
too
gotta
much
do
fun.
it.
There was something called Emergency when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It showed beep, doot, dee, doot.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
The
the
alarm would
show.
go off, and then they'd always be shocking people. It's not like that. But I have that in me.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. If my heart stops,
Has it happened yet?
no, I don't think.
Thank God, that's
the
good.
hope is it
I don't know
never
why I got
will.
excited for that.
So
That's-
anyway, you said like, hey, I seem fine.
Yeah.
That's been a little bit of a concern because I seemed fine probably really soon. And Katie was telling everybody, oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so worrying. It was like, imagine she thought I might die.
It
And
sounded
then by the time-
very scary.
By the time I got on the phone with people or people saw me, I was worried they were going to think, you know, when you call in and you are sick, but you're sick, like maybe your stomach hurts, but your voice can still sound like this. But you want to, when you talk to someone and say, I can't come in today, go, my stomach is just, and then you get off, you go, hey, where's that stuff from my stomach? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're worried they're going to think I'm fake. I felt like, are people going to think I'm faking?
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. By the way, I had to play catch up about that being dead. I had to read a lot of this stuff. So you asked me, do I remember
Do you
anything?
remember?
No. So the first thing is, I'm there on that second visit. This was interesting. Katie had this little thing, EKG, little home EKG. It's a little white rectangular thing,
Crazy.
and my heart's going bananas. It's
This is
like
before.
before I go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And this is so many places where this is where like so blessed, you know, miracle, blessed, whatever it is. It's like, wow, a lot of things had to happen right for me not to be dead right now. So the first thing was they just sent me home last time. So we do this, my heart's crazy, 160, 90, 130, 179, blah, blah. Every
Yeah.
2 seconds it's changing how it's beating. And I'm still going, do we go in?
Because you
Are we-
mostly feel good besides that.
Yeah, it's pretty bananas. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. But the last time it was bananas, I kicked around wearing my sneakers and sweatpants and a regular t-shirt, walking around the halls of the hospital, waiting to get 2 tests, which by the way, if you're not doing bad at the time, you're way down the
Way
ladder.
down on their priority
All the
list,
emergency
yeah.
people are getting the MRIs. So like,
So the second time you went in, you're like, do I even need to do this?
yeah, I'm like, I should, and I'm like, that's
then-
weird, right? We should go. So then I go. Second thing where, oh my gosh, I could have died. That actually, well, Mr. Roberts, I see here you've been here before. We sent you home. This might just be something that happens. And there were different things. So, a lot of times, if that kind of a heartbeat, ventricular fibrillation. It's usually if you have an already screwed up heart in the plumbing part. That's when you might die. I don't have that, so that makes them not worried. And I'm not presenting with these other symptoms.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't have shortness of breath. I'm not passing out. I don't have pain. So this guy goes,
Get over it.
go home, or if you want, we can watch it for a few more hours. Katie, let me try the thing one more time. Oh, 180, 189, I can't remember. I think we're around 180. And I go, hey, look, I'm not looking to get admitted, but that seems high. Okay, let's get you a room. And now it's going to be an ablation.
Wow, so
A
because of
scheduled
something
ablation.
you said.
Kind of, right? I know. He might have sent me home. And you'll see this in a second. When I have a cardiac arrest, it's 5:30 in the morning. So if it was going to happen at that same time at home, I'm in bed asleep and I'm dead. So
Jesus.
they say, we're going to admit you. We're going to schedule an ablation for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Then,
Do you say, do you use the word dead a lot?
yeah, I think I have fun with it because I get to. I
Yeah.
think I don't really feel like I died. We'll get to it in a second about, you said, do you remember anything? This is why I'm catching up to where it
5:30
goes.
a.m.
So I'm waiting, and I think it's Monday, they're going to do the ablation at 8:30 a.m. Katie's got her alarm set to get there
Yeah.
in time. Just, while I get this thing, seems like, hey, it'll be good. It'll
Yeah.
make you feel better. 5:30,
This was a Wednesday.
was it?
Yep.
Okay, Wednesday, I guess. Huh.
I'm good
Okay,
with-
I must have got put in
It
on
was-
Monday, and I had to wait. It was scheduled.
That's right.
Yeah. So I was just joking. I think everybody kind of liked me because usually everyone, you tilted your head like you don't think so. They did.
kind of an assumption.
Here's why. Because everyone's really sick, and it's a bummer. And I was like, whatever. I did talk therapy on my phone while I was there. I'm like, I don't know, let's just do it because it was a waste of time last time. I actually found stuff to you.
Yes.
I was texting you going, look, I think I'll be at something
Yes.
we were going to do together. And and I had a costume fitting. I got the only commercial I've gotten.
Oh,
Didn't have to
right.
audition for in like years.
And you
And
couldn't-
I'm like,
I remember
hey,
you-
I'm not going to tell the costumer.
Yeah.
I think I'll be out of here by the time, or
Right.
I think it was even my ablation will be done. And I can go get the fitting. So anyway, so 5:30 in the morning, I code. They call it coding because they call it code blue. And then I find out, from
That's a cardiac arrest.
cardiac arrest. Yeah. It could be a heart attack too, a cold blue.
So confusing.
I mean, it shouldn't, not, the basic thing is not, but the fact that I think
I've already forgotten
the code,
difference.
you're a mess. So anyway, now everything I tell you, so I hear. So the last thing I remember, I'm joking with everyone, I'm filling out the paperwork, which by the way, it's like terms and conditions on a website, like yes, sign my name. Who cares? 6 pages probably saying, if we kill you, it's not our fault. So I sign all that. I'm joking with everyone because who cares?
Yeah.
The last time I was here, you just wasted my time and I went home. So then I have a little fun, I die. But this is how they say it. In front of, when I went for my follow-up visit, this doctor, who's the electrophysiologist,
Okay.
he's telling the guy who's in training, he goes, this is Mr. Roberts, he died, and he came back to life 29 minutes later. Wife was very distraught. She's in the room and says like shorthand, like not a commit. Wife was very distraught. And that just amused Katie to no end.
Yes.
He goes, yeah, kind of.
She was distraught,
So little blessing. This is not like, boy, I would have been dead if not for this. But I think a nice thing that happened is Katie just so happened didn't have a ringer on. So she didn't get the first call. It says, your husband, get over here right away. So by the time she wakes up, 4 messages that take her through the thing from, oh my God, to he's stabilized. So she got to miss that at least.
That's maybe good.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
what
so.
could she have done?
No,
anyway?
she would have driven to the hospital dangerously fast.
She would have stressed a lot about something she could not have
Yes,
impacted.
yes. So you say, do I remember anything? Not a thing.
Amazing.
So I've had to wrap my head around. It was much harder for for you.
Yeah.
It was harder for you than it was for me. So
It was
hard.
hard. Thank you for saying
my
that.
kids, yeah, I think so. Because it's embarrassing to say out loud to somebody this fact, but I think you care about me. We're friends.
I do, yes.
Yeah, so that sucks. I would be very distraught if I heard it makes
I actually weirdly had complete confidence that you were going to be fine.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I've seen the email or the text since where you
Yes.
go, 1,000% sure Ian will be fine. The heart is a machine, which they understand now.
Yes.
My father got through this, and just like, it's going to be nothing. By the way, you're a maniac. It was a huge deal, but you turned out to be right. No, and it was very helpful to Katie, because anything that normalized it and said, you're going to fucking do this, was great. So I wake up, and then first time I know something's up is I look at the end of my bed. My brother, who should be in Spain, is standing there. And they're bringing me out of sedation. They've just pulled a tube out of my throat. None of this do I know. Never knew. I never experienced a tube in my throat. I'm told it's been there. And my voice was like this when I first got out, And
Wow.
and I see my friend Vicky from Chicago, and I see Katie. I'm like, something big happened.
Yeah.
Then this is taking forever. I ended up with ICU delirium, which is some crazy thing can happen when you come out of sedation. I
Right.
thought that the hospital had a secret thing where they were doing like eugenics, and they decided who was worthy of living and who they would let die. And I had a whole thing where I was seeing everyone in pools of light, and they explained what they do. And I said, look, they asked me questions. Whatever the answer is that lets me live and go see my wife and my kids. And they're like, it doesn't work like that. I'm like, ugh.
This is just like a memory you
Yeah.
manufactured or something?
I don't know, a fantasy that I had. And then people were coming in really dead-faced in my mind, looking at me and turning and walking away from me. I'm like, why are they doing this to me? So anyway.
And this was after they brought you out of?
After they brought me out.
Okay,
the
because
first thing
you've
I
been like
said-
under sedation for days.
Yeah.
So
And they did these things where they gave me sedation vacations, I'm told, where they said, lift your right hand. And you go, lift your left hand. They did one thing where they said, do you know this person, about Katie? And I said, is that your sister? Is that your wife? Again, so I'm told. So
And you don't remember that?
no. And this was because when they go that long, you can have brain damage.
Right.
So it was the whole thing
Because
when
you
I
were
came
dead
out.
for half an hour.
Yeah, 29 minutes. Is this guy going to be, what?
That's half an hour.
29 should be half an hour?
Just say half an hour.
Okay, fair enough. So, so then I have to discover that I've had this ICD put in. I go, what the heck's that? This is a scar. They go, oh,
You
yeah,
love that,
you
though.
had...
You love that.
What?
I don't know, becoming more machine. I think you would enjoy it.
I actually don't.
No?
Yeah, no.
I think I would.
It's weird. I
would dig
mean,
it.
it's so, and then I thought the scar was like indicated that's where the thing was. Although I've seen these lumps in people before that are about this big. And
Yeah.
I thought I had a little tube in there. And then one day I go, what the hell's this whole thing? It goes, that is the ICD. So you find that out. And then I found out everything that had happened. And my ribs and then I thought that was a new thing. Like, my heart. It's no, the sedation finally wore off. And then I felt the brutal pain of having someone depress your chest 2 inches for 100 times a minute or something for 30 minutes. It's like, and I quit, and okay, one last thing, and then we got to eat some frickin' barbecue.
Yeah.
So they come in, and it's like a big deal. We're going to get you out of bed. I said, yeah, okay. And so the biggest problems were things to do with the heart wasn't a problem anymore. They got this thing, that's an insurance policy. Nothing seemed to be going wrong. But the terrible rib pain from them dealing with the heart, and then that they had me sedated and immobile for so long.
Right, you're atrophied.
I get up and I can barely walk.
Right.
I can't get up. They say the way you got to get up is put your hands on your knees and push up with your knees. And then they let me take a little walk with a walker. And I said, can I walk with people with a walker? So that's when I became all about, I'm going to be the quickest recovery they've ever seen. And so I was supposed to go into a rehab place. And I'm like, no, I'm going to. And so at the end, they were still saying I was going to go. And I said, I want to come get retested. Just have someone come. And they go, why were we saying? I said, how would I answer? You looked at me and said I needed to go. But I've been working on this, and because I stopped it, don't help me go to the bathroom. I got it and everything. And then
you were stubborn about it. Prideful.
That's it. Prideful. Because I was holding on. That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
I loved it. Early on, people said, "You seem amazing." I'm like, "Thank you," because you got to hold on to something. Really,
Yeah.
you're miserable. Your life is the worst, right?
Yeah.
Think of how you. Okay.
How long were you out for? 4 days?
Is that
5
right?
days?
Yeah, and then a few days after not doing anything, like all my hallucinations were immobile and me just,
Those hallucinations are pretty fun.
no, terrible.
Oh.
It's like a bad acid trip.
Sorry.
And then I was seeing horrible little furry creatures over the door sills that were
Really?
connected like face to ass and sort of writhing all the time. It was horrible.
That's bad.
Yeah, and then the only other thing I can say is that post cardiac arrest is that I didn't get all the things that you hope for. So I've said I died so many times, did not get a near-death experience. So I don't have like that peace, like I'll never worry because I know I saw the light and I know Jesus is waiting for me. Unfortunately, sucks. And then actually I said it like, hey, it was a brag thing, but it was a little bit like, like it was over so quick.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, so
From your
not that that's
perspective.
something I want, but I guess I'm saying expectations weren't met.
Yeah.
And then this is the only other thing I can think is funny is that I got back with my therapist and she said, she's great, right? But she said, so, you know, do you feel a kind of, like, did you have a revelation? No, because that sounds like did this put things in perspective for you? She says. And do you feel like a little bit more like don't sweat the little stuff? And I said, I've had like moments for 2 seconds, and then I worry about the same niggling bullshit.
Yeah.
I've always, it's so funny how quick you reset.
Yeah.
The one thing I think is great, I've reinvested. I mean, my family. I think I could have lost them, you know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So sad.
And then I think it's brought the whole family closer together, you know. And we were already close, but so it did get that thing of appreciate life, which is good. But there we go.
Although,
What?
you appreciated them before.
I agree. You know what I'm going to do? Because my eyes got stingy. We're going to drink a little coffee. We're going to reset. And now we're going to have a normal conversation where you argue with me about the things that I know are good and true. I need a knife.